week 12 of the vlog. Another really great weather week here in Toronto. Fingers crossed that possibly winter could be over and we could be having an early spring. So this week I'm going to talk mostly about two things. First is talking a little bit about training now that Surf City is over and how things have kind of changed for me, both because I'm less focused on just running a marathon, more focused on triathlon, and also some changes that I've made just because I'm going to be racing as a pro this year, so it's stiffer competition, and how I'm trying to be better prepared for that. Second thing is to just give an update on where I'm at with flip turns. So one of my goals this year was make sure that I could learn how to do flip turns. So it's something that I've been working on a little bit in the pool lately, so I'm going to chat about that as well. So in week 2 of the vlog, I went over what a typical training week was looking like for me at that point, where I was training between about 17 and a half to 21 hours a week. So during that time, a lot of my training was very focused around my run workouts for the week. So I tried to make sure that I was best set up to do well in those run workouts, and then would fit in my swims and bikes around that. So now that Surf City's in the rearview mirror, running's no longer such a priority, and the priority really has shifted mainly to both swimming and cycling. So on the bike, I have 2 key interval sessions during the week, and something that's changed from this year from previous years is in the past when I do my interval workouts, it'd usually be about an hour long. Sometimes they'd build up to be pushing towards an hour and a half, but never really longer than that. And this year those interval workouts are closer to 2 hours. So doing that for a couple reasons. One of them is just the competition is going to be stiffer this year, so I need to make sure that I'm doing those workouts in order to do my best to be best prepared for race day. And the second reason is that a lot of them are very high-end workouts, so I really need to make sure that I'm really well warmed up and I'm really well prepared. I can't just hop on my bike and start doing some really high-end short intervals. I need to make sure that my body's really well warmed up, and it's something that I realized that I've kind of neglected at times in the past, is trying to jump into things. So those 2 workouts, I plan on doing them on Tuesday and Thursday, and the day preceding them, so Monday and Wednesday, both of those days are going to be a little bit easier days for me, where I'm getting in some run mileage, but it's mostly easy miles. I might do an aerobic bike, and I'll get into the pool, but not too concerned with that really messing up my bike workout, so I can be really well prepared for those bike workouts and then give myself the best possible chance of being able to hit them. I'll also do a longer bike on the weekend. So right now it still is inside. It's about a 3-hour ride. In the first hour and a half I might do some tempo work, and then the second hour and a half just switch to some aerobic riding, but it'll really just depend on how I'm feeling, and it's just to get me more time in the saddle and just some more time on my legs. In terms of swimming, for people who know me, they know that generally I don't spend very long in the pool for any one session. I just try and get into the pool every day. So that's something that seemed to have worked well for me over the last couple of years. 2 things that I am changing this year. One of them is my minimum swim, so the shortest swim I'm going to do. I've upped from 1,500 meters to 2,000 meters. So a couple of reasons why I've done that. One, I just need to make sure that I'm swimming more. And two, I've gotten quick enough that if I'm only in the pool for 1,500 meters, I'm really not necessarily swimming for all that long. So it's very easy for me to get to the pool in my condo. There's a pool downstairs that I can use. So getting in 2,000 meters, a minimum of 2,000 meters a day, that means that I'll get in at least 14K a week. I do want to make sure that some weeks are much bigger. So I do want to have some weeks that are 25 to 30K, and those will be really swim focused weeks where I'm doing a lot of double swims and obviously some much longer swims. The second thing in the pool that is currently a work in progress, but something I'm working on, is to swim with some other people. So usually I'm always in the pool on my own. As I mentioned, got a pool here at the condo. It's usually pretty empty, so it's just me swimming, which is great in terms of having a lane to myself and not having to worry about circling or passing anybody else. But it also then means that I don't get to see other people swimming, especially much faster people swimming. So I am trying to organize a little swim group that, or a couple people that I can swim with here. So if you are a swimmer in Toronto who swims faster than 130 per 100, and you are looking for somewhere to swim, definitely reach out to me, because would love to have some people to swim with. And like I said, got a pool here that is usually pretty empty, so so having some other swimmers around would definitely be great. So those are the two ways that my training is kind of shifting since Surf City. So I'm still doing, I still plan on doing some interval running, tempo running. Obviously I'll still have a long run each week, but I'm no longer setting myself up just to make sure that I'm in peak form for those runs, because the focus really has shifted to biking and then making sure I get in those swims. I said one of my goals for 2017 was to make sure that I learned how to flip turn. It's something that by now I definitely I should have learned. I should have just invested the time into figuring it out, but I never did. So heading into 2017, I had stated that one of the things that I am going to learn this year is learn how to flip turn. So lately I've had a couple people ask me how that's coming along. So I have been putting some time in the pool, especially during my warm-up and cool down, making sure that every single time that I get to a wall that I'm flip turning, and it is coming along. I'm a little inconsistent at it right now. Ideally, the perfect flip turn setup for me is if I have my right arm extended and I'm able to pull through and flip, then usually that works out well for me. But if that's not the position that I'm in, and sometimes it doesn't work out quite right. So again, it's still something that I'm working on, and I don't do it at all yet during hard intervals. I just find that I need air too bad in order to even think about trying to flip turn. But it is something that I'm working on and trying to continue to progress to get better at. So a few people have asked me why bother even learning how to flip turn? It's not as though you're gonna flip turn in a race. And I would say really the biggest reason and the main reason for me to want to learn how to flip turn is to then, it's just another step into being able to swim like a swimmer. So something that really helped me in triathlon is when I spent about a year just running and running like someone who was training just as a runner would run. So I'm trying to take what I learned from that and apply it to swimming. So swimmers, when they're in the pool, they don't open turn, they flip turn. So I want to flip turn, and then in turn I want to learn how to do all the different strokes. Pitiful backstroke, I can't butterfly at all. Pitiful breaststroker as well. So it's all things that I think will ultimately be helpful. I'm sure someone might be able to tell you some technical reasons why being able to flip turn might be better. I don't actually know them. It's just so that I can swim more like a swimmer. Thanks a lot for watching this week's video. I apologize in advance if the sound quality isn't too great. I am outside on our little tiny balcony, so there are cars around. It's Toronto, so you can see there's always traffic. But thanks a lot for watching this week's video. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to either write them in the comments below or my emails in the comments below, so you can definitely send me an email. If you do like these videos, please click the subscribe button down below. And until next time, happy training.
Oh, this you crazy mother.